So the relationship that I was in at the time is what broke me. Not that it is the one that led me to suicide, because the time when I was feeling that much pain, I also had myself ruminating on all these things that I've been struggling with in life, all the things that I have not worked in my life. From me being born at the time when my dad had already died, and then having to struggle with that process of denial and waiting for him to come back. And then teenage is when you make peace with it. You're like, actually, I think he won't return. You just have to live with the idea of having one parent. But then this one parent, there is this so much care that you're handling them with, because you feel like, oh, I shouldn't do this to my mother. My mother is really struggling to make things work for us. Then somewhere when when I was 7, let me see, 3, I was 8, and I saw her being run down by a taxi. And my brothers at the time, because I have 2 brothers, were in boarding school, so I spent more time with her than they did. So most of the things that she would go through, I would see and I would absorb. So when I saw her run down by a taxi, I think I went away from hoping that dad will come back to, oh my God, she could actually go as well. So for me as a kid, before I got to the teenage, I was constantly in fear that any minute I might not have a parent at all. But also when I joined boarding school, I think I was still 8 at the time, going to 9. It made me, I knew I didn't have a dad, but the peers that I had in school made it too obvious, because they were talking about 2 parents. They had a story about their dad, they had a story about their mom. You just have your mom. So it kind of embarrassed me. I don't know how kids process things, but for me it was shameful. And so I stopped associating a lot with my peers, because I felt like, what if they find out I don't have a father? So I was very, very reclusive. I was very much on my own between 8 and I think 12, boarding school. And it didn't help, because I joined boarding school because mom had to go up country. Where in up country during holidays a bit, when you would go, you're still in the house, mostly alone, watching TV, cartoons mostly, So my world between 8 to 12 was just myself. And then going to school, being met with bullies. I was very gigantic for my age. And yet, ironically, I had a lower age than the others. So the kids that took offense really used to bully me. Until I held that girl in P7. I told her, I'll beat you. And she didn't come back.
She didn't come back to
She did not. No, she did not come back to me, bullying me.
You had to defend yourself.
Yes, I don't even know why I took so long, because I should have handled that matter from the time I joined. But I let her go on with all these things. And I made a resolution that as I joined secondary school, because my brother was known to be stubborn, my middle brother. And I was like, I think this guy is handling life very well. I'm going to turn stubborn. So in my teenage, when I joined secondary school, I made sure I could be as loud as I could.